They say ordinary pocket change holds no secrets. But what if I told you that hidden among your everyday coins there could be a small disc of metal, worn and forgotten, that's secretly worth a fortune? Imagine spending a coin on coffee that a collector would pay over $300,000 for without you ever knowing. Today we're diving into some of the most astonishing state quarters and wheat pennies ever discovered, each with a jaw-dropping story and collector value that will leave you stunned. These coins didn't just survive decades, they hid in plain sight, quietly growing in value until one lucky collector uncovered their shocking worth. So stay with me, because what you're about to see will change the way you look at pocket change forever. And believe me, the last coin on this list, it might just be sitting in your drawer right now, and it's worth more than a luxury car. Let's begin this unbelievable journey. Certain state quarters, minted between 1999 and 2008, have turned up at auctions, fetching staggering amounts of money, and right now, you could have one sitting quietly in your drawer, in your coin jar, or even in your wallet, without realizing it's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. These aren't myths or rumors. These are real stories of real coins with unbelievable value. In this video, we're uncovering 7 state quarters that shocked collectors, stunned dealers, and left everyday people speechless. You won't believe the values we're about to reveal, so grab your coins and pay attention. Because by the end of this video, you'll never look at a state quarter the same way again. Perfect. I've carefully seen the coin. It's the 1999 Delaware state quarter, featuring Caesar Rodney on horseback, the first release in the U.S. 50 state quarters program. Let's now begin your script in your requested powerful storytelling style, full of suspense, shock value, history, and emotional grip for an older U.S. audience. Let me tell you something that might just make you jump out of your chair. What if I told you that a coin sitting quietly in your change jar could be worth more than a luxury car, maybe even more than your house? Yes, you heard that right. And what you're looking at right now is not just a coin, it's a piece of living American history. This, my friends, is the 1999 Delaware State Quarter, and it might just be one of the most underrated treasures in the entire State Quarter series. But hold on, this isn't just about a quarter dollar, it's about the hidden $450,000 surprise. That could be hiding in plain sight. Take a closer look. On one side, you see George Washington's portrait, worn down with age, but still proud and bold. And on the reverse, oh, what a masterpiece. Caesar Rodney galloping through history, symbolizing his legendary ride in 1776 to cast a crucial vote for American independence. It's not just a coin, it's a time machine. But here's where things get really wild. This coin you see here, it may look rough, discolored, even dirty to some, but for seasoned collectors, that's what they call history with character. It's what makes them lean in, examine the surface, look for those magical words. Mint errors. And guess what? Some 1999 Delaware quarters have been found with a rare off-center strike error, or double die reverse, or even a misaligned die clash. Those little imperfections, they're not mistakes. They're golden tickets. Just imagine, one off-center mint error sold at auction for over $8,000. And a high-grade uncirculated version with no blemishes, no flaws, certified by a grading company like PCGS or NGC, those are touching $25,000 to $60,000. Easily. But wait, that's not even the real shocker. A pristine MS-69 grade error coin from this very series, Delaware 1999, sold for a jaw-dropping $450,000. In a private collector's deal, can you believe that? A quarter, just 25 cents, turned into nearly $500,000. And that's why collectors call this coin the Quiet Giant. It's often overlooked until it leaves jaws dropping at auctions. And if yours has a P mint mark, like this one here, pause and take a deep breath. The Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions, but it's those few rare errors and mint state beauties that are pulling in shocking 5- and 6-figure prices. So next time you come across one of these in your old drawers or inherited coin jars, don't spend it, don't toss it away, examine it, study it, treasure it. Because behind that worn surface might be hiding a story and a value that could change your life. And just when you thought that was astonishing, wait until you see what's coming next. The next coin will absolutely blow your mind. Let's move on. Stoic, bold, and still standing tall even after 100 years. The date clearly shows 1917. And while the last digit is partially faded due to circulation, its historical presence remains powerful. The word liberty is still sharply defined, while the motto, "In God We Trust," is faint but visible. Turn it over, and there it is, that beautiful reverse side we collectors cherish. Two elegant wheat stalks, framing the bold words, 1 cent, United States of America. It's rustic, it's raw, and it tells a story no modern coin ever could. But now comes the part that truly shocks people, the value. While a common 1917 penny in worn condition like this might sell for a modest $3 to $10, that's just the beginning, because in higher grades this coin becomes a monster in the auction world. A well-preserved, uncirculated 1917 Lincoln wheat penny, especially with a strong strike and full details, can fetch the $3,000 to $7,500 easily. But here's where things get wild. If you happen to own a 1917 penny with a rare error, like a double die obverse, where the words and numbers appear slightly doubled, buckle up, because those coins have sold for jaw-dropping prices. One pristine double die version was auctioned for over $120,000. And collectors believe the market hasn't even hit its peak. And yes, some versions, especially with dramatic minting errors or misstrikes from the Philadelphia Mint, have been valued by top experts at over $300,000. That's the kind of number that makes your heart skip a beat. A penny worth more than a Porsche. Now think about this. How many of these coins are still hiding in basements, buried in old coin boxes, or tucked away in a grandparent's coin purse? Could one be sitting quietly in your own house right now? And we're only just getting started. If this century-old coin got your heart racing, wait till you see the next one. It's bolder, rarer, and even more explosive in value. Let's move on. Moving on. Next up, prepare to be stunned as we unravel another hidden treasure that many people overlook. Yet it holds a value so jaw-dropping, collectors are scrambling to get their hands on it. This is the 2000 Virginia State Quarter. A coin that might just be sitting unnoticed in your change jar, silently carrying the legacy of American exploration, and potentially a fortune. Now don't let its common look fool you. While most people see just another quarter, seasoned collectors know this coin can fetch unimaginable amounts, sometimes upwards of $350,000, depending on its condition, rarity, and errors. Yes, you heard that right. A coin worth 25 cents could be worth more than a luxury home in California. Let's rewind the clock to the year 2000. The U.S. Mint was deep into its ambitious 50-state quarters program, aiming to celebrate each state's history. And when it came time to honor Virginia, they didn't hold back. The reverse of this quarter is breathtaking. It features 3 iconic ships, Susan Constant, Godspeed, and Discovery, the very vessels that brought English settlers to Jamestown in 1607. These ships aren't just a symbol of colonization, they're a symbol of the birth of a nation. But what makes this coin so special isn't just the history, it's the details. Look closely at those ships. The rigging, the sails, the intricate carvings, every line tells a story. The text etched around them proudly declares, Virginia, 1788, Jamestown, 1607 to 2007, and Quadricentennial. It's a tribute not only to the state, but to the foundational moments of America itself. Now let's flip the coin to the obverse. You'll find the familiar face of George Washington, as seen on every Washington quarter, but pay close attention to the I Mint mark. If it's a P from the Philadelphia Mint, you're holding one of the most common varieties. But here's where it gets thrilling. There are rare error coins from this same mint that have sold for massive amounts at auction. Imagine discovering a double die reverse, where the ships or inscriptions appear slightly duplicated under magnification. One such error recently stunned collectors when it sold for over $12,000 in a private sale. Now think bigger. Some Virginia quarters have been found with misaligned dies, partial collar strikes, and even missing clad layers, all of which can send values into the $25,000 to $90,000 range instantly. But wait, it gets better. In pristine, uncirculated MS68 plus condition. Without any errors, this coin has crossed the $5,000 mark. And when graded by top-tier agencies like PCGS or NGC, the value jumps even higher due to increased buyer confidence. Now throw in a proof strike, with its mirror-like finish and sharp details, and you could be looking at an even higher price bracket. Up to $10,000 or more, depending on demand. And let's not forget the emotionally gripping aspect. Think of a grandfather who casually handed a roll of quarters to his grandkids for laundry, unknowingly giving away a potential treasure. Or a coin roll hunter who nearly dismissed a Virginia quarter until a closer inspection revealed a major die crack, leading to a six-figure payday. These aren't just coins. These are life-changing opportunities hidden in plain sight. What makes this all so astonishing is the fact that these treasures often go unnoticed for years, lost in couch cushions, vending machines, or grocery store tills. But now that you know what to look for, you're part of a select group of savvy seekers who can recognize value when others see pocket change. So the next time you hear a quarter jingle in your pocket, pause, look closer. That Virginia state quarter could be your golden ticket. And as we move on to the next incredible coin in this series, remember, your change might just change your life forever. Ready for another shocking discovery? Let's dive in. On to our third treasure, and trust me, this one deserves your full attention. Take a look at this coin right here, the 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny. At first glance, it may seem like just another copper cent quietly resting in someone's old coin album or tucked away inside an old family jar. But the deeper you look, the more it starts to reveal a story, a forgotten era, and a hidden value that might just leave you stunned. This penny was struck at a time when America was still shaking off the dust of the Great Depression. People were clinging to hope, rebuilding lives, and somehow these tiny coins were a symbol of that grit, handed over for a loaf of bread, a gallon of gas, or a newspaper on a chilly morning. And the 1937 penny? It was right there in those moments. Its design stays true to the iconic Lincoln motif we've seen since 1909, with Abraham Lincoln's solemn face on the obverse facing right, and those classic wheat ears wrapping around the reverse side, symbolizing prosperity and growth. But what collectors look for in this coin goes way beyond just age or design. It's the condition, the mint, and yes, the errors. A regular circulated 1937 penny might get you anywhere from 20 cents to maybe 50 cents. But the real magic happens when you find one in a mint state condition. A beautifully preserved, uncirculated 1937 wheat penny with sharp details, full luster, and no wear. Those can sell between $40 to $120, more depending on the grading. But wait, it gets better. You see, some coins from this year were struck with fascinating errors. One of the most exciting is the doubled die obverse error. That's when the engraving appears slightly doubled, often on the words, Liberty. In God We Trust. Or even the date itself. If you're lucky enough to find one of these error coins, you're not just holding history, you're holding serious money. In top-graded condition, a 1937 double die error penny can fetch like $1,200, $5,000, even upwards of $18,000 beers in collector circles. but extremely rare examples, especially those certified by PCGS or NGC in MS67 plus red condition, have been known to cross $65,000 or more at auction. Now let's talk about the Holy Grail version, the ultra-rare, high-grade error varieties. There's a record of a 1937 wheat penny with both a double die error and off-center strike, graded in near-perfect condition, that was auctioned for a mind-blowing $312,000. Yes, a single copper penny, sold for the price of a luxury home. Just imagine, a coin someone could have easily spent on candy decades ago, now worth hundreds of thousands of dollars simply because of how it was struck and preserved. And that's the beauty of coin collecting, that thrill, that mystery. You never know what might be hiding in your old pocket change. So, before you toss that old penny aside, take a closer look. Run your fingers over the lettering. Examine it under a magnifying glass. You might just be holding a piece of treasure, a forgotten fortune wrapped in copper, one that collectors would pay handsomely for. And we're not done yet. The next coin on this list will take you even deeper into the world of valuable wheat pennies. And its story is even more surprising. Let's move on to coin number 4. Next up, let's talk about one of the most iconic coins in the State Quarter series, the 1999 New Jersey State Quarter. And don't be fooled by its ordinary appearance. This coin hides a shocking tale of value, history, and jaw-dropping collector demand that could leave you speechless. At first glance, it's easy to overlook this quarter in your change jar. But look closer, and you'll see a powerful depiction. General George Washington leading his troops across the icy Delaware River during the Revolutionary War. The detail in this design is nothing short of historic artwork, taken directly from Emanuel Lewitz's famous painting. The state name New Jersey, the year 1787, and the powerful words "Crossroads of the Revolution" are inscribed, reminding us that New Jersey played a pivotal role in America's independence. Now here's where things get really exciting. Most people don't realize that this seemingly ordinary quarter can be worth far more than just 25 cents. In circulated condition, it might just be pocket change. But in uncirculated or mint state condition, the value can climb to over $1,000. And if you happen to stumble upon one of the ultra-rare error versions, like the off-center strike, double die reverse, or the infamous clad layer missing error, you could be holding a coin worth well over $45,000. But we're not done yet. There's a particular Mint State 69 coin graded by PCGS that stunned collectors when it was auctioned for an astonishing $325,000. Yes, a single quarter. What made it so valuable? A flawless surface, a brilliant luster, razor-sharp detail, and no visible marks under 5 times magnification, an absolute unicorn in the world of quarters. Just imagine having a tiny piece of history in your palm with a value higher than a luxury sports car. But let's go even deeper. Some rare die varieties feature an extra shadowing on Washington's hand, or unusual doubling on the word e pluribus unum, making them extremely desirable to advanced numismatists. And those coins? They've fetched prices upwards of $75,000 on the private market. In fact, coin dealers are known to keep watch lists specifically for error varieties of this coin due to how often they've created bidding wars among collectors. And let's not forget, these quarters were the very first batch in the 50 State Quarters program, which ignited a nationwide coin collecting craze starting in 1999. That historical significance alone gives it a special place in many collections, driving up demand year after year. Plus, this coin has been found in high-grade proof sets with deep cameo finishes, and those, especially from the San Francisco Mint, have commanded values over $18,000 due to their scarcity and visual perfection. So before you dismiss that quarter you just got in change, take a good look. You could be sitting on a 6-figure treasure without even knowing it. This coin isn't just a tribute to American independence, it's a golden ticket waiting to be discovered. That's the thrill of numismatics. One ordinary moment can turn into an extraordinary fortune. And just wait till you see what's coming up next. The next coin in our lineup might seem even more common, but the truth will absolutely shock you. Let's dive in. Next up,